So you are tracking down those people
we
who...
have to track each and all.
But in this case, at least we will be able to see some politicians going behind bars, some officers going
I
behind
think
bars.
it is, let's not make it only politicians going behind bar or something. Investigation and collection of evidence is a huge process. And you have to have, the probability has to be very high if you want to put someone into a lockup, whether he's a politician. Finally, even he has access to the law. The law, finally, you have to give justice. You have to give him a chance to speak. You have to collect documentation. It's taking we have our hands full with it, and we are trying to work out on it.
What's the deadline you have decided to sort out this
You
case?
will understand if I talk legally, in the legal term, investigation has no deadline. We can file some charge sheets, we can continue further investigation and file further charge sheets.
Okay, one more thing. Lokayukta is come into picture now. It is also a body which deals with, which is anti-corruption body which deals with corruption. Now it will replace your role, and finally people will start going to Lokayukta and not coming to you.
Without casting aspersions on Lokayukta or anything, let's put it, they are an institution which is supposed to look at corruption in public places. Fine. There are certain benchmark when you go to a Lokayukta. Your evidence has to be of some quality. You have to file an affidavit. If your complaint is false, you will be fined. That's not with the anti-corruption branch. Every Tom, Dick and Harry, he wants to come, he'll give a complaint, pseudonymous, anonymous, in order to sabotage someone getting promotion. That chap will also come in there. Where? How can we ever be replaced? The ACB branch can never be replaced, because this is the outlet for the common man to come and throw his frustration on us, and in whatever form. And whether we like it or not, we have to, once we take something, we have, even to disprove, we have to spend a lot of time.
Investigate it, basically. But are you welcoming such people, Tom, Dick and Harry, coming in? And
I think we have never driven out anybody. We are in fact in fact it is our honest duty to come forward, encourage people, please come with a genuine complaint to trap any public servant. I'm telling you, the people of Goa will never come.
No, but in the sense that if someone goes with a complaint to Lokayukta, he is directly getting a judicial recourse. When he comes to you, he goes through investigation process, then you will file a charge sheet over the years, then you have an access to judicial recourse. So naturally it takes time.
I think you are being too simplistic, Rupesh. It is a complaint which they will conduct an inquiry. Okay. And after that inquiry, a FIR has to be filed.
They have set a deadline. They have set certain time frame wherein they will inquire and put it to rest.
It is, okay, let's, this thing, till now there is only one complaint that has been filed with the Lokayukta, and that too has come to us to investigate. Not investigate, for certain clarifications. In the meantime, we have got so many complaints over here.
So basically, you would be complimenting Lokayukta in some way.
Obviously, yes, yes.
Okay, one more thing. You are being accused of being HMV, his master's voice, every time, because see, basically vigilance department, they made it separate from the police department just because it should be away from politicians. But subsequently, Home Minister is heading this vigilance department. So again, he is a politician. So whoever sits in this chair, he becomes, politically motivated person time and again.
I'll just clarify first, we don't report to Home Minister, but to the Minister for Vigilance, who also happens to be the Home Minister, who also happens to be the Chief Minister. Okay? And let's put it this way, as long as we are under the government, so long as you are under the government, we will always be accused, rightly, wrongly, and in this case I can say wrongly, that we are the masters, we are just singing his master's voice.
HMVs.
But I can assure you, let one man come forward to say that he wants to trap a certain public official, however high he may be. And if I don't do it, then you say that yes, I am playing his master's voice.
No, because the set of cases which are filed with the change in government, actually indicates that there has been certain political force behind it. That's why you are actually booking some people. Person like Kavadekar would not have been booked in Congress regime. Is being booked now.
Let's. I was an SP at the first term of the BJP government. I continued as an SP during the Congress regime, and I continued now. Okay. Now, I don't know in what way, when when I was in SP in the vigilance during the Congress regime, we were all accused that we were master's voice of the Congress government. Now, if we are in this thing, is it wrong that we have done by this thing? I have not booked Kavadekar. I have registered a pre and I have asked him to come forward and explain. If I have booked him wrongly, if he can explain, fine, he's clear. Why should I bother about it? If I have an information that has come forward and said that these are his assets, shouldn't I investigate it?
Okay, one important question that you would love to reply. Are you happy with the rights which you have got as a ACB chief compared to what rights other agencies like CBI has got rights and as far as facilities are concerned?
See, there are many things that we in the vigilance, we don't even have a proper office. I have 3 inspectors and this thing. We are in musical chairs at the moment, sitting down for one because there's no place. We should be getting some extra. If you go to all other ACB agencies, they get a one-step promotion to encourage honest officers. They get an incentive, remuneration incentive, so it discourages them from indulging into corruption. There are so many things that we need. I have put forward these proposals to the government. The Minister of Vigilance is in principle agreed to these things and has said approved. He should this thing, but somehow it has not yet seen the light of the day.
Also, you are facing a shortage of staff.
See, I will not complain, but yes, in order to get a better response to the public, yes, we would be very glad to have better staff. The officers I've got, I will not complain. I have got the best. They are quality officers, integrity wise beyond. People may accuse anybody, but let me tell you, the buck stops with me. No investigating officer will ever respond to anybody outside the ACB for any instructions.
If you have such skilled staff, you have such a class 1 officer, so how is that we are not seeing you all trapping some people for corruption? Nothing is seen on the field. What you are doing is document based investigations, going through loads and loads of documents, sitting there and investigating it.
If you want trap case, please tell the people of Goa to come forward. I have trapped a sarpanch. I have trapped a talati. I don't go about advertising those things, but we have trapped them because those people came forward to register their complaint. But if you are going to tell me to be to go suo moto and raid, no, I'm not going to do that, because then after all in this place, because it's a small, they attribute motives. He's trying to settle scores with some people. No, you need 2 to tango. So please come forward, challenge me on that. If the person who has come forward and I have not entertained him to trap anybody I say, any public servant, then yes, I will accept this thing. But till then, I'm sorry, I will not accept any of this allegation that we have not responded to the people.
Chief Minister, when he was asked why still there is corruption existing in state, he said, I never said there will be zero corruption. He said, I will have zero tolerance towards corruption. Now, are you playing your role to make sure that there is zero tolerance towards corruption?
I will say, we are there to help out, to rout out corruption. But it has been so endemic in our DNA, because it's somehow that concept is there in mind. If I have to go and I have to pay, only then work is done. But yes, if someone comes forward, again I have to stress that point. I'm sorry, but I have to stress it. You come forward, I will register the case, we will trap the person.
Okay, last question. When NGOs, we talk about NGOs, they come forward. There are some individuals who act like NGOs and they take pain to collect documents and they come to you. Do these people actually follow up their cases once they file a complaint?
There is NGOs in the sense, if you go to see, a few come with documentation, with documents, and yes, we are able to do it. But many times it is just there are paper cuttings that okay, and it is against the ministers and all those things. But there is no documentation to this thing. We have asked them, we call them, we have summoned them. They have their own work, or they are unable to come. And that's why then after it become a sort of a system. One day, first day they come and they register with the PI, next day with the SP, and the third day they go to the court. And there it gets stuck. So you will find most of our officers going, answering the cases under 156.3. So it is this thing over there.
What is the percentage of cases that you have taken to a logical conclusion in your tenure at least?
See, the cases, FIRs, if you say we have registered, most of it are held up because of forensic reports. And because we don't have in Goa forensic laboratory, we have to rely on outside states. And in some cases, like even for 2 years, we are forced to keep the case under investigation because we don't have the voice sample or the penophthalin powder confirmation. Lastly, recently we got one this thing against a police official. We have filed a charge sheet on that. But otherwise, we
what is the percentage? We are running short of time. What is the percentage?
I'm not sure. I don't have it off record. But again, as I said, if we have logical end is most of the trap cases that we have this thing, it's stuck up because of forensic reports.
Okay, thank you very much. We have with us Bosco George. He is heading ACB division of Vigilance Department. He has been trapping so many people, at least through documents, and he says that if anyone comes forward with a complaint and if they are ready to help the department, he is ready for real traps also, so that the corruption can be rooted out from the society. One more thing he had said is, as far as IDC is concerned, he said there were several flaws in the entire allotment, and he has brought it to the notice of the state government, and based on that, fresh guidelines have been worked out. And he also says, most importantly, he has nothing against Kavadekar, but he has booked a case because he found that there is there may be iota of truth that he may be indulged in corrupt practices. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming here. You are watching Counterpoint, your own interview series that you see on every Monday at 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. on your channel. Keep watching Prudent.